Do you see a presentation?
Yes.
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 Yes, okay. Let me take a note of my time. 11:27. So I will cover the topic of finding patterns. Yeah. And specifically, I will talk about two commands in Linux that are used for this purpose. It's a grep and also find. Yes, and also they are very useful. So you can get the exercises in the folder that Birgitte mentioned in her lecture. So the first command is grep. Yeah. And this command searches for patterns in text files. So this is the syntax that you can use on your terminal. You type grep, and here you can add some options, yes, which can make grep more powerful. And also here in this part is the file or the path to the folder that you want to search in. So regarding the options here, these are the most common options. But if you look at the man pages of grep by typing man grep, then you will see the whole list of options that you can add to grep, and some of them are very specific. So if you are trying to do something with a pattern search in files, then you may look at these man pages. But the most common options are listed here. -I, it means ignore case. -O, it means only output the instance of the pattern and not the full line, because by default you will see the entire line. -E is a synonym of the OR operation. So you can search for patterns like one string or another string and so on. Yeah. There are other options listed here. Yes. And you can read about them. I will go through the first example. So if you go to exercises, patterns, directory called field.txt and also a new file .txt, which are in the same directory. So here is the first example. See a grep and then a string, in this case Word, and here I put a file. Yes. So this is my terminal, and then I type here grep Word, and then the file, which in this case can be field.txt. Yeah. So you see that by default, greps gives you the entire line that contains the pattern word. And in this case, it appears 2 times because this line has 2 instances of the same word. So you can also search for a pattern recursively into some folder. And here, for instance, we need to add the options R, which means recursive, and then it will search for word in all the files that are here in this path. So I will do it. Grep -RNA E, the word, and then the path. So, but because in my case I want to search for this string in the current directory, I can use this symbol here, dot, which means the current directory. But if I want to search for a more general path, which is in another path location, then I can search for it with a longer path. Yes. So in my case, I will search for the string in the files in the current directory. So then I do this, and you see here that these are the files that contain the string that I am interested in. And this is very useful because it also gives me the path where the files are located, yeah, based on the current directory, as you can see. So this is very useful when you are developing your code. So here there are more examples that you can try yourself. I will go through one of them. So the first of all, the first of these exercises is trying finding the pattern string in the file new file, which is also in the current directory of the exercises. How can we do this? So basically, we type grep our string, which in this case is string, yes, and the file new file .txt. So you see here the lines, yes, where the string pattern is located. And we provide you also with some possible solutions that you can try yourself. So find is a command, yes, that is used for searching files, yes, and directories. So you can search by name, by size, modification time, or content. So the syntax is here. So first of all, the command name, find, then the path where you want to perform the search, options, and the expression, yes, which is the criteria for filtering and locating the files. So as in the case of grep, there are many options that you can use for these commands, but some of the most common options are listed here. For instance, a dash type F means only search for files. If you want to search for directories, use the dash type D. So then if you want to search for files with a specific name, add this option here, dash name, and the name of the file. And these other options are more less common. So you can search also for more information about find with the man pages, and then type man find in your Linux command line. So here there are some examples. So first, we can try to find the file fil4.txt in the directory where you are standing and below. So then we see here how the command looks like. Find dot means the current directory, yes, and then in this case find will search for the current directory and the children directories. Dash type, which is this case is the file, and then a name for the name of the file. And because we already know the name of the file we are searching for, we type it here. Yep. And this will tell me, yes, the file fil4.txt is located in the directory one. So I can list the directory one, and yes, it is here. So this is another example that you can try here. And here there is some more advanced material, which is related to regular expressions. These are a type of patterns that are used when we are working with text, especially if the text file is very structured, right? So then we can search for patterns in the text. So regular expressions are used in several programming languages, and some of them share the same syntax, but some details or nuances are different between the languages. So you can search about these differences, for instance, in Google, right? Or in the man pages of the language. So regular expressions can be used in commands like find of grep, yeah? But there are some warnings that you need to pay attention to. How I am with my time, let me see. 2, 3, 4. Okay. So here there are some warnings. If your regular expressions do not work as expected, yeah, you will try to use a single quotation. There are tools available online. For instance, this web page where you can see if the regular expression, yes, matches what you want to perform. So different languages are supported, yeah, and some of the regular expressions, especially the most basic ones, are supported by grep and pine. So because the regular expressions can affect the files, right? And there are a more automatic way to modify your files. It is recommended to do dry runs or tests before you run the commands with your real files. Here, there are some common symbols used in regular expressions. And notice here that the symbols look similar to what we saw in previous lectures for the wildcards. Yes, but in the previous sections, the wildcards were used to expand the file names, while these symbols are used in regular expressions for searching patterns in text files. So here, for instance, a dot matches any a single character, and it is the same as the question mark in the previous lectures for the wildcard expressions. Slash means escape. This dot and star is used to match any string. As you can see that there are more symbols available. Yeah. And here there is a more advanced example. And here we need to search the file for lines starting with an N and then ending with a G. Yeah. And then print out the output. How can we do that? We use the cat command, and this will display or send the text to the standard output. And then we pipe this output with the piping symbol that we saw with Brigitte. And then we pass the output to grep. And here you see the regular expression. So it will search for the lines starting with an N. And then here we say there are many characters. We don't know which characters are there. And finally, the line will end with a G. Yeah. So you see, it's a a way to just to search for many lines at the same time. So you can try this command yourself and see the output. Yeah. And now I can move to the next